I don't know who the fuck to trust. Is he my friend or my foe? I'm off the exit, draw. Yeah, she give me that claim as well. I remember back when I was younger, I was happy. Nowadays feel like no one understand me. I'm good at artists, silly, I'm Bob, Bambi. Baby's yellow, text. She wanna eat me like candy. Run up the racks, track me. I'll run up the racks like an athlete. Big facts.
Well, everyone, we are now back for season 2. And we've got a pretty exciting episode. We got 3 of the 4, couldn't get the other one, of the men's 100-meter relay racing swimming team.
That's close enough. No, that's good. I like all that.
Yeah, great to have you all together. This is very rare to get them all together like this.
Yeah, thanks for having me over.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Very well, and congratulations.
Thank you.
It was great. What's the fallout? How have you all found highs, lows? Did you achieve what you wanted to achieve?
Matthew?
Yeah, I'd say so. Can't complain with the times I did. PBs, few second best times ever, so I'm pretty happy with the results.
Yep.
Couple medals.
Because inside all that, you'd have personal goals as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so, definitely. Definitely. And to come out with the results I did, yeah.
Happy?
Pretty happy, yeah.
Good.
I was pretty much just happy to be there, to be honest.
Were you?
Yeah, I thought not to the extent of Kyle's injuries, but I had a few injuries myself, over the past couple of years, so just kind of get through that, and to be swimming at that level, both physically and mentally, was just enough of a feat for me. So,
excellent.
Yeah, it was really good to be there, and
good
to be
experience.
up on the podium with my friends as well was not more you could ask for sure.
Was it a little weird? I mean, you've done 2 Olympics now. Was it both your first?
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of you.
Yeah.
So the COVID thing, how different was it than last time around for you? You'd be more for you.
For me? Yeah, it was completely different from last time. Obviously, the first, the hype around the Olympic Village is getting to see everyone from other countries. The Olympic Village, normally they have a lot of, live music going on. A lot of stalls set up that you get free stuff from. So they have Oakleys you can go get Asics, you can go get, free anything, beats. So that's normally the big hype. There's an all-you-can-eat Maccas, whereas this time around you were restricted pretty much to your room. I got very paranoid about COVID and getting COVID.
As you
would. Yeah, exactly. Especially because before we went away, they kind of said about, so people are likely to get it. They kind of almost put it in our head that we were going to get it. I feel in the meetings leading into it, and they said, if you get it, it's 14 days in Japan in a hotel quarantine. And
but some of you did get it, yeah. Some people in the team.
Not the swim team. We were
No,
only one team.
No, there was a few on the athletics team. Hugged someone that was then positive. So then they had to quarantine for I think a week before they were about to compete. So yeah, that would have been pretty shitty for them.
So you guys wouldn't have much to compare it to, but he's seen both. So.
Yeah, but to be honest, I was kind of worried about how the atmosphere would be in the pool and stuff. But as we were racing, the teams would fill half the grandstand up anyway.
Right.
It kind of felt like it was a normal competition, well, to me anyway.
Well, I remember before the relay, they had to wait for the crowd to quiet down before they sent us off.
Okay, well that's good.
And I think the Russians and the Germans brought horns and stuff. So it was still pretty loud.
Maybe they were kind of overcompensating for it. And, that's good.
And the other good thing is we swim with our heads underwater anyway, so you can't actually hear it. You can't actually see what's in the stands anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. But yeah, I think comparing it, obviously this time we had the masks. We were in we had what do you call that stuff, Matt? You'd know.
A bit of perspex.
Perspex around us in the food hall. We're only allowed to be in there for 15 minutes each. Wear gloves when you go in there.
Wow.
And spend majority of your time in your room. You're supposed to wear masks the whole entire time until you're asleep at night, really. So even when we're in our apartments, supposed to wear masks. But
craziness.
COVID tests every day.
We're also supposed to do them every day, but I think after a while it was like a spit tube. So I think I probably caught on that we could just spit 7 all in one morning.
And said, well, if I go over there, I'm just going to spit in this. I'd planned to spit in a cling. What do you call those? Glad wrap bags?
Cling wrap bags.
Cling wrap bags. Snap lock bag. I was just going to spit as much as I could into that. and each day just empty a little bit into my tube so that I knew that I could not be positive while I was in Japan because I did not want to risk. I didn't want to risk getting through to the heats and the semi-finals and then testing positive and having to be.
Well, was there fear because you guys worked so hard to get to that? Was there fear in the lead up that just on the plane or on the? You must have been shitting yourselves.
About it getting cancelled?
No, about you getting something just before racing or.
Yeah.
Because imagine that.
To be honest, I don't know. Like, I feel like because the staging camp, like, they almost oversold it. Like,
they put in that minds that we were going to get it almost.
Yeah. So, like, I was kind of like, oh, whatever, if we get it, we get it. Like, that was kind of my mindset going in. But then when we got there, like, I don't know, I didn't really have a fear of catching it. Or I was kind of, I remember Kyle was getting, like, quite stressed with me, like, one morning. And I was just like, yeah, but, like, it's kind of out of our control. Like, we can't really do too much about it because I think Kyle was like that morning he's heard about a few people getting positive and stuff.
I had in my mind that it was going to get cancelled, I think, right up until the first race dived into the pool.
Yeah.
Because so many people, especially being in Adelaide, people knew who I was, wanted to talk to me about the Olympic Games. Yeah. And everyone wanted to voice their opinion and ask me whether it was going ahead. Yeah. So I think in the back of my mind, I believed that it was actually going to get cancelled right up until I saw the first kind of race dive into the pool and I was like, wow, it's actually happening.
I think more people are shocked that it eventually happened as normal. Wow. More people were shocked that it was going to go ahead than not because it didn't look likely.
Yeah, and an event that size
of that statue, like of that many people from all over the world. Actually, it's impressive that they did it.
Yeah,
definitely.
So, well, on that. So you two especially, I don't know. You would have had someone else. You were close with someone else staying there, weren't you? These two were together all the time. In the even in lockdowns and everything.
You were kind of with Brendo.
Who were you with?
Yeah, Brendan Smith.
Brendan Smith.
Mate. Shout out Brendan Smith.
Shout out, mate. We'll get him on one day.
Probably don't want him on.
And you were pretty much glued to the hip.
Yeah.
How did that go for you? You get on pretty well, but surely we don't want to hear about the well stuff. We want to hear about the
90% of the time we're pretty good.
Yeah.
99% of the time probably.
I was going to say 90 is not that much. So.
Yeah.
We have a few arguments.
It's pretty good. I mean, being with anyone for that much would be hard.
Yeah, 24/7 for 6 months was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But it worked that well. We decided to now move here to live together.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
So it's nice coming in and seeing Zac here.
Yeah.
Watching the cricket.
Yeah, I mean, it's good seeing everybody again. Like,
so, well, that's another question. So you guys are both from interstate.
Yep.
And you both moved to Adelaide. How are you finding it here?
I find it...
Love it.
Yeah, I find it very similar to Perth, where I'm from originally. Yeah, I think it's a similar kind of vibe. Like, it's a good cafe culture here, I'm finding.
Yeah.
Even in Glenelg, like the beach is really beautiful. Reminds me a little bit of the coastline of Perth. Not as good, sorry to say, but I mean, it's going to be hard to beat Perth coastline. I'll say that proudly. But yeah, no, it's going really well. The new squad's been very welcoming, and obviously having Kyle plenty to live with him was something I'm very appreciative of. And yeah, just a start, I guess. We've only really been here I've only really been here for just over 2 weeks now. So
2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty new.
And what about you, mate?
It'll be close to 3 months now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but loving it. Living with the two girls, Maddie and Meg. It's a bit different to Melbourne. I was travelling an hour to training, to and from.
Oh wow.
So that took a lot of the day.
Every day.
Yep, every day. Twice a day as well. So it took its toll. Yeah. But very lucky in walking distance to the pool. But what I found in Adelaide, everything's within 15 minutes. I tell someone I drive 30 minutes away and no one can believe it.
No.
Yeah. They're like, why are you driving out there for?
Yeah, that's like another state to us.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone says Adelaide's like a big country town and just about is.
It's very spread out.
Yeah.
Like, everything's kind of close in a way, but like it's almost 15 minutes wide, like everywhere.
Yeah. It's far enough. Yeah.
Similar to Perth. I feel like, for some reason, I just feel like the Adelaide CBD is just a really, like, long way away.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you haven't made your way in there.
I have some, no, I haven't. I don't really get the layout of Adelaide. Like,
I don't think anyone really does. We just tolerate it.
It's pretty basic. It's just straight lines everywhere. They're just interlocked.
It's a grid.
Do you have a river that like splits the city or not really?
Kind of. We got the Torrens. Yeah, Torrens. What's on the
Adelaide.
Yeah, we kind of do. On a smaller scale, maybe.
Yeah. Well, Perth have that. We just got a big river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the food tonight is done mainly by Kyle, but Zac helped as well.
Did a bit of guac.
It's a Mexican bowl. Is that what it is? Mexican bowl.
Burrito bowl.
Burrito bowl, sorry.
Bit of food in the bowl.
It's good. It's nice.
Pretty good.
Tell
Tell us about.
Bish, how he's a bit stressed.
Oh yeah, we had a story about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Zac can tell the story.
I can tell the process of basically how you qualify for the final. For people that don't know. So a relay, it's a bit different to an individual event. Individual events, heats, semi-finals, finals. Relay is just heat and it goes straight into the final.
Right.
So I can't remember how many heats there were. How many were there? 5, 6?
Nah.
More.
3 or 4 probably.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's not many of relays normally.
Yeah.
Because only when we had to qualify for Rio, you had to be top 10, I think, in the world, and we were under top 10. So we.
Oh right.
So it's like really, probably 2 heats even.
Yeah, right. I remember a heat having to be quite fast though. Like we had to position probably top 3 to get through. Who did we have? We had the Yanks, I remember, and I think we had Italy as well, who were top 3. But we were ranked like 5th or 6th going into that, which made the medal a lot more impressive for us or for me.
Right.
But yeah, so anyway, so you kind of want to be top 8, obviously going into the final because there's only 8 lanes in the final that you can get. So we qualified. We were in lane 3, so that's 3rd, 4th, 3rd. Probably should know that. But yeah, and then so we took Matt out of the heat. We saved him for the final to lead off.
Because Matt had a busy start to the program.
Yeah, Matt had quite. What did you have at the start?
200 butterfly.
200 fly would have been the next event.
Yep. So we wanted to rest him for the heat. So we had Cam off the gun, me 2nd, Alex Graham, Tiggs 3rd, and Kyle on the end there. So we made that through, and then in the heat we swapped out Cam McAvoy. Shout out Cam McAvoy and Alex Graham. Swapped out Cam McAvoy, put in Matt in the off the gun, and then kept the same order. So me, Tiggs, and then Kyle. But yeah, the process before that was I felt ready. I think we all felt pretty good, to be honest. I didn't feel too nervous, knowing that kind of in a relay environment, you don't have time to feel nervous for yourself, to be honest, because you don't really want to let the other guys down.
Right.
But yeah, Kyle kind of being the relay captain gave us a bit of a pep talk beforehand, and that G'd me up a little bit, which is pretty good. But yeah, I think we all knew that it was going to be really tough to get a medal, and I think the fact that we came away with one was pretty special for sure. But
how do you guys decide who goes in what order?
Head coach, or I guess Bish, who was the coach for that relay, he kind of there's not really much of a debate between the athletes.
Right.
It's more of the coaching staff and what they think ultimately. And then he kind of tells us before the race, to be honest. Yeah.
Nowadays. Well, I mean, so like with that stuff, like we were a very minimal chance of making the final, we thought. So it meant that I had to swim the heat, which normally you save your fastest guy for the final, which I was not overly thrilled about. So when in Cairns, like probably 4 weeks before the Olympics, me and Bish sat down. Obviously, Bish is the head coach of the relay team. We probably should have had him here tonight as well. That would have been cool.
That would have been good, actually.
Anyway, and spoke about relay orders and what we're going to thinking, and he had to tell me that I was going to swim the heat, and I was like, I don't want to swim the heat because there's just an extra swim in my program, and I want to save myself up a little bit, especially because I knew that Caleb Dressel would get rest from that heat and he'd be straight into the final. And and then we kind of just talk strategies about who's got a good dive, who's got a good changeover, and you kind of go off of that. So Matt's obviously a great starter and swam really well at trials, so it makes sense to send him off the gun. And then the rest of us have got pretty good relay changeovers. So it all kind of just speaks for itself, really. In the end of the day, so it's there's not too much decision making that needs to be made. It's just about getting the job done on the day. And I think you look at the relay success or the success we had at the Olympic Games this year. It's like, we might have won bronze, but that bronze was a gold medal for us because it's like that's the best we possibly could have achieved, and we were I was so thrilled with it. I know, like for me personally, going
you're pretty underdogs, weren't you?
Big time underdogs. And just getting that medal, going back to the room, sharing it with the boys, kind of sitting there staring at that Olympic medal you win, it's a very, very special moment. So,
and especially doing it with your mates.
Yeah. Something you have together forever.
Yeah,
It's a bond forever.
Yeah. And we'd spent 5-6 weeks before that, leading into that kind of trials, and then spend that time in Cairns together, travel together, so you become pretty close with the boys.
See, that's the thing. A lot of people were saying to me when you got the silver, they were kind of saying if you didn't do so much racing beforehand, you might have had a bit more energy and got that gold.
Yeah.
But I know him, and that team getting that medal is more to you. Maybe not more than a solo one, but it's as special to you.
Oh, big time! I think
and you love the team kind of thing.
I love the team culture. I love being.
So you wouldn't have changed it, would you?
Nah.
Yeah.
No way. It's like even being part of that 4x2. It's like you got to be a part of it. But and I swim my best times ever in relays all the time. But I think being a part of that team culture, the bus ride to the pool, we do that about an hour and a half, I guess, before we race. We get there, and that build up, and then in the marshalling room with the boys, and I guess that's the big mind games we like to play in the marshalling room before we race. So especially that 4x1, like it's a big pissing contest between the big alpha males of the world. So I know it's been pretty heated in the marshalling room. I know. Yeah. I've heard stories of 2013, James Magnussen, when he was kind of at the peaks of his powers, pretty much getting close to punching on with a few of the Russians in the marshalling room and having to pull them apart. And there's a lot of stare downs that go down, slapping.
You should have seen this guy. In the
you were a bit you were kind of staring some.
No, he was marching up and down, and then he would go across the TV, so they would. And I was like, I'm so glad this guy's on my team.
You're looking him right in the eyes. I haven't seen this.
It was really cool to watch. He just didn't care.
I do a lot of slapping in faces, a lot of stare downs. I think I'm in that's that fight or flight moment. I think if someone was to get up and try and confront me, you'd throw a punch pretty quickly in the marshalling room. And it's something that I think would be great for the sport, actually, would be if there was to be, swimming's obviously a pretty boring sport. You get a lane, I don't want to sell it short, but there's no physical contact whatsoever. It's who can swim the fastest. But imagine if there was some build up and you're in the marshalling room and the two favourites box on.
Yeah,
or
big
I hate that guy. I want to smash
especially
that guy.
rival country.
Yeah, well, that's why you seem to like when Sung Yang was going to people.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Yeah.
It was. You could say it was bad for the sport, but it actually got more eyes on the sport than it had in previous action.
Yeah, a bit of action. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. And he wasn't directly in my bed, so it didn't really bother me. It was funny, but...
How do you think you would have reacted on the podium if he did that to you? What he did to Duncan Scott?
I think I would have laughed. I think I would laugh in that moment. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have done what Duncan did and not stand on the podium. I probably would never be in the situation where I wouldn't stand on the podium and clap. I think it's a special moment, but... I think in the marshalling room though, if one of the big Russians or Brazilians, or I shouldn't say that now because I'm quite good friends with most people from around the world, but if someone was to stand up and try and confront me,
Brazilians, exactly. Let's do it.
Kolesnikov, let's go. So I think it would be a good thing for the sport. It would be kind of funny. Imagine we rock up at trials, me and Zac live together. We're in the marshalling room. We just pretend to have this fake boxing fight. We're we fucking hate each other. We're going to go at each other.
Well, you can't now.
We can't now.
Maybe. But yeah, it was good. And then Temple, he was the cool cucumber. It was his first ever race at the Olympic Games.
I want to hear this story. I've heard this story.
He got rested through the heat, so he watched us swim quite well, and then Temple got put through the final, so he's the fresh man.
Lead off too.
Lead off.
It's the hardest thing to do in a relay.
He's got to set us up. Right. And there's obviously there's a little bit of nervous tension around. I think apparently the coach Bish was probably the most nervous out of us all. And Bish had spoken to you 2 or 3 times already.
2 or 3 times. He pulled me out of the pool 2 or 3 times to tell me a few things, whether it be go deeper underwater because all the wash coming back over, so you go under the wash. And the other one was swim alongside the lane rope that so whoever's faster than you, so you jump on their wash, get a free ride, down pretty much. And so yeah, I've taken on his advice, and then we got our race suit on,
Which he's probably already told you 100 times.
yeah,
right?
yeah, previously.
And you know how to swim.
And he knows how to swim.
Yeah, and then so we were nearly off to marshalling, and all had our race suit on, we're all dressed up in our gear, ready to go, and he pulls me aside again, and then he starts talking, and I go, "Hey, Bish, you nervous or something?" This is the third time he's
So that's him saying that to the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Bit nervous, are we, Bish?
I've heard him say it to Bish while I was doing my suit, and I was like, oh, that's one of the funniest
He
things.
kept pulling me out, and then even more pressure. Cole in the marshalling room, 47. We need a 47 lead. I was wrapping my back.
Yeah,
True. 47.
I'll get a bit fired up.
Yeah.
But no, it was good.
Yeah. It was.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall, man.
Well, you pretty much can be with cameras these days.
Yeah.
But
Do they get in there? Do they in the back?
yeah, there's a few
Well, I
getting
think,
along.
yeah, him marching would have made it for sure.
Oh, they would have loved it. So yeah, anyway, Temple delivered, and he got given an award at the end of the week. They give away some awards at the end of the week, and he was the cool cucumber or cool cat or something like
Something
that.
along those lines, yeah.
It was pretty good. But anyway, it was a bloody good experience, and good to do it with your mates. And good that my mates have now moved to Adelaide to train with me, and
It is good.
we're going head to head every day.
It's been good meeting everyone.
Been
bunch of
good.
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, likewise.
And it's only 2 years till Paris, so we get to do it all again, and hopefully we go better than bronze.
Crazy, isn't it? 2 years.
Come around real quick. 2 and a bit.
Not a lot of squads would have 3 of the 4 key relay swimmers in a squad, but
No way, not together.
No.
yeah, it's been good. It'll be good.
Yeah, good couple 2 years.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the stuff in the pool. What do you guys? What's your passions? What do you like outside of work?
Well, at home, I was working 5 days a week outside of training at League Scaffolding. So
Oh yeah.
I was very lucky for them to accommodate me and be flexible with me. So
So they worked around. They let you kind of work around it, did they, with your training and that?
yeah,
That's
very
good.
flexible, and like I'm away for a couple of months. Yeah, no worries. Good luck.
Oh right.
So very lucky to have.
So
them.
you're going back, are you? Are you staying here, or what are you?
The next 3 years at least. And
Yeah,
then,
3 years,
Yeah,
right.
reassess and see how I'm travelling, and then what am I doing.
Okay.
But that's unheard of for a swimmer to work. Well, some swimmers work, but for an Olympic athlete to be working as a scaffolder, like manual labour during
Right.
training, it's like
Yeah,
High risk,
yeah.
wouldn't it be? Injury?
Potentially.
Yeah.
me and Zach come back and sleep. That's out there lifting.
Yeah,
stuff.
But you're very active,
I
aren't
always
you?
have to do something.
Yeah.
My girlfriend came across. She brought my bike over for me,
Cool.
so that's waiting at home.
Right.
But yeah,
Put together a jet ski.
Yeah, bought a jet ski.
Good job.
May convinced me to buy a jet ski.
Cool.
So I've had fun on that.
Was that for her
Few
or
times.
for you?
For myself.
Okay.
For myself, I rigged up an esky onto the back of it, so we can go fishing. It's in the works. But yeah, that'll fill some time during the
Okay.
days.
Very
Stickers.
cool.
But yeah,
Yeah, stickers.
yeah.
Stickers, cars?
Sticker business. Yeah, cars
Give
too.
it a shout out.
Yeah, give us. He's got a sticker
At
business. Everyone.
stickers _ on Instagram.
Stick us.
Stick us. Vinyl die cut stickers. Just
Get on it if you need
give
anything
me
done.
something to do. I'm always doing something, so
Yeah.
it
How do you
keeps
actually
me
make
busy. So they can either send me a design,
Yeah.
or I make up the design and then put it in the machine.
Yeah. What
Machine.
machine? What's the machine?
It's got like a blade in it, like like the 3D printer goes and makes the 3D print.
yeah.
This one just cuts out a layer of sticker,
Yeah.
and I just peel away all the excess
Oh
And
shit, it's a fair bit to it.
a little bit,
Yeah.
and
You
then
should get
just
some mates and plates.
post them off
Jack of all trades.
a little bit.
Does it all. Whatever can keep you busy during the
Keep me
day.
busy.
Yeah.
I have to stay busy, but
Yeah. Can't watch movies, eh?
nah, can't sit still. Unlike
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Love staying still.
That can sit down and watch a test match for 5 days. Eh?
Non-stop, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just hook up the catheter.
What about you, Zachary?
Oh. Well, I mean, what, hobbies?
Yeah, just passions that you.
A big passion for me, over probably the last couple of years, probably been like mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Like speaking about it, or trying to help as many athletes as I can with it. I think that's been because it's something that has affected me, and I know it's affected a lot of young men and women.
So being a
especially
bit of a
athletes as
mentor
well.
to people.
Yeah, at some stage I think.
Yeah.
I'm definitely just putting down the foundations of it at the moment. just with putting out pretty strong video, I thought, on my Instagram. Just kind of, I guess, writing a letter to myself about it, which was something that I still feel pretty passionately about today. So at some stage I'd like to, be a spokesperson or, help
That's
people
great.
out with it.
That's great.
Another one, it's pretty on the other side of it. Probably like stand-up comedy.
Oh, wow.
I've done a
Stand-up
few
comedy.
shows of that.
You've done a few
while
shows?
Ago. No, a while ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
because they were asking you in the Olympics, every interview, they'd be like,
Yeah.
give us a joke.
Yeah.
I didn't know
right.
what was, so now it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how Baz got that fact. Yeah, I really don't.
Oh, they fish.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't deliver a joke on the spot there, which is one of my biggest regrets of the games.
Is it?
Yeah.
It would be hard.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
I've known Zac for a very long time with this same thing. Probably 3 years you've been doing it for.
What
As
have
Zac,
you
a
been doing?
stand-up comedian that does this stuff, and he's never ever once told me a joke ever. And every single person knows him as this stand-up comedian, and
Yeah.
asks him for a joke, and every single time he says no.
And we all had dinner the other night,
Yeah.
and Zach said, he said, I want to do some stand-up, but like kind of on my own. And we're like, oh, okay, we get the point, mate.
Yeah.
You don't want us there. I think he wants to just do it in his
thing, in his bedroom.
away from people he knows and that.
Or in the
first.
shower.
Is that right?
Well,
Just to get...
the hard thing about comedy, right, is that you can't practice it by yourself. Like, you
Right.
have to practice it by doing shows.
That's true, yeah.
And, like, the only way you can get better, or the only way you think a joke does well, is people's reaction.
Right.
So I think, like, what I was trying to say was, I just want to do a few shows of people that I don't know.
Right.
Because I feel like if I get up on stage, no matter what I do, you guys are probably just going to laugh at me.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Even if we didn't
The
think it
fact
was
that you know
funny,
me.
we'd be like trying to big him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And
But it wouldn't be laughing at you.
You want a genuine reaction.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's what I have been searching for.
Right.
But I've only done, when I say that's my hobby, like, I've done 2 shows probably. And I did it probably a year and a half ago.
And how'd it
So-
go?
They did really well, actually.
Okay.
The first one was I came up from the crowd. It was something that I wasn't planning on doing. I just went with my friends, and it's called a gong show at the Comedy Lounge in Perth. Shout out you guys. They do a thing called a gong show where if you shit, the crowd hold up a gong sign and you get gonged off.
That's great.
Um,
we need that here.
Yeah.
When I'm ranting.
Yeah.
So I think when I got up there, I got a little bit of sympathy from the crowd. I didn't really get gonged off, but I didn't win. You win, you get a $100 note, which is pretty cool. But yeah, and then after that, I just did a stand-up. I just did an open mic, which went for 3 minutes. So as I explained in the interview when Baz asked me for a joke, I'd been writing for probably 3 years for a 3-minute
Wow.
little thing. So
And it'll go on forever, that 3 minutes.
yeah.
Eh?
I've definitely want to recycle that stuff again. But I'm writing all the time still. I had a bit of a break over Europe and things, but I'm just starting to get back into it now. So
Do you guys, when you're in that mode and you're in such like, competitive mode, is it hard to fit any room for any other that stuff that you're into, things like that? I feel like it would be hard.
No, it's probably the best time to
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
distract yourself. Yeah, big time.
Right.
You don't want to be in that mode because you want
Yeah.
to try and distract yourself as much as
Oh,
you can.
okay.
Then you
I would have thought you got too much focus on something that the other things around you would be too much to.
nah, because if you're doing it yourself, it's kind of like the best thing for you mentally. Like
Right.
it's kind of almost like a form of, I don't know, meditation.
Okay.
Or, I find writing personally like quite meditating and kind of calms me down. And I know a lot of people do other things.
Well, what do you do? Because you're so active. How do you go when you've got a lockdown? And do you have something like that you do, writing or,
Not really.
Nah,
Like
you'd be
reading.
going crazy in there.
Not ideal for me, but I remember in Tokyo I watched a fair few just videos on YouTube just
Okay.
to pass the time. Like we got told to stay off the legs, so I went for a few walks earlier, like at the start of the week where we just got there and racing like at a five or
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 days in between when we
Mhm.
got there and racing. So got my walks in then, but it was pretty hard for me to just
Yeah, the
relax.
Switch.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I had the Switch,
Lot of Nintendo Switch,
played
yeah.
a few games. I'm good at switching off, but it's hard for me to just sit still and relax.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're doing well here.
Do
You
you,
haven't
do you,
moved.
sleep, do you
Just.
sleep in between like a heat and a farm?
Yeah, I will.
You do?
Just because I know I have to.
Yeah, right.
I have to.
Not because you want it.
Like, I want to swim well, so I have a sleep. But if I had a choice, if I could swim the same without having a sleep or with having a sleep,
Right.
I probably wouldn't sleep.
What about before a race? Do you have any like pre-workout or
No, zero.
nothing?
Sometimes I'll caffeine up.
Yeah, right.
Depends on the race, but yeah, just
Sorry, I'm taking your
go
question.
for
No,
it.
it's good.
We've played a lot of Bean Boozled in the time that we've decided season 2 we've got to mix it up, play a new game. This is a game that these guys know both really well. We've got the ISL champion at Chubby Bunny, which we played over in Eindhoven just recently, and we've got the Australian swimming team champion Matt Temple, and we have a great rival
So,
here
hang on,
today.
so you guys have won things of this.
They're great
that's
at this.
But Matt has
That's
beaten
great.
me,
Pressure's on.
So Matt's beat
you
Zac.
get a
So
bad blood
So
here.
I'm fucked.
Yeah.
you've got a big mouth. The game is what you do, so we take it in turns. Each person puts a marshmallow in their mouth. They have to say Chubby Bunny, and it goes around. So the first few rounds obviously is pretty easy. By round 15 to 20, it's pretty tough. And the loser, whoever's out first, has to eat a chili with some sort of chili something over the top of it as well. So you don't want to be the loser today.
So maybe we should do a few at a time because I feel like one it's going to take forever. Yeah.
We'll start off with like 3 each because it's going to be easy.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
go.
Oh, do we
And
want
then
to
go
speed the
one,
game
one,
up?
one,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Alright,
yeah.
well, if you want to speed the game,
Yeah.
we'll start with 3.
All right. Well, guess first.
3 to start.
Getting a bit nervous.
I'm going to lose. I'll tell you now. I lose everything on my show.
Laz is historically
still-
the biggest loser
Can
on
we
the
not do it
show.
this time?
I still have to do
Oh,
the
you
10
did
meter
last
dive.
time.
I
There you
will
go.
do it. I haven't held it off. Maybe we'll do that next
So
week.
really look where they're putting it. You've got to really place them like up in your teeth.
Are you chewing them?
No, you got to hold it all in your
You
mouth.
want to let it chew it?
No.
He's gone.
Who?
Laz.
That's not gone. Alright, so
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Probably running.
what are
How
you
many
doing,
now?
1 or 2?
1 from now, you think?
Are we going to a winner?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
What?
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Yeah. These guys will get 15 or so out.
Oh, you did the out already.
Laughing's the worst
You
because
gotta put them on the side, right?
Yeah, you got to really tuck them up in.
One.
Yeah.
Need a serviette.
made some plates.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Oh, that was better.
You can't. How have you recovered that
I'll
quickly?
figure it out. Get 'em
There
on
is
the side.
no way he's
Oh,
recovered.
come on.
Should we do 2 this round?
Sure.
I think it's pretty easy, so still.
I figured out you gotta put them on the sides.
Yeah, you got it down. Look at these 2 ultra professionals over here. Yeah, so see, now you look like a bunny.
Yeah, do you get the game?
Yeah.
But look at Matt.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Oh, now
Pretty
we're on.
easy.
There's no way you
No,
recovered
I
that.
have because
One.
I had them
two.
on the front.
Yeah, you had him right.
Are you going 2?
Did you have one?
One.
Yeah, 1. Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Pretty easy still.
Oh, it's getting hard.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby Bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Really good. Like, that's outstanding.
Can you get some sort of bag for us so when someone wants to spit them all out?
Jeez.
Thank you. What do you mean walking up with the Colombian swimming team?
Chubby bunny. Chubby bunny. No, you know what it is?
no.
It's because he's got a really deep voice and it just sounds good.
Chubby bunny.
This could be it.
What are you slurping?
Where'd you put that bag,
Come
mate?
on, young. What are we up to?
Don't know. We've been a few.
Laz, what are we up to? 23.
I've got no idea.
Chubby bunny.
Chubby bunny.
Done. Oh, Laz.
Oh, how did you get?
Fair view in there.
I need a bloody serviette. So.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay, it's going to go for the winner.
You're going for the winner, are you?
Yeah, surely.
We want to see a winner, yeah.
Gross.
I reckon put 3 in.
How does that work?
Well,
It's gonna be
put
hard.
3 in, you
Someone
win.
survives it. I don't know how people don't choke doing this game.
Chubby bunny.
Jeez. Yeah.
That's it?
Nah. Was you in the same bag? Ooh.
That's
10 bullets king of the Chubby bunny.
You're really good at that. That's
No.
actually harder than it looks.
Are you eating it? Oh, what a guy.
Bridesmaid again.
Alright,
It's
lads.
hard not to laugh. Yeah, I'll eat it. Give it to me. Yeah, this is hot. This is hotter than chili.
That
Is it?
stinks to smell it.
Yeah, I'll dip it.
I don't smell it, just
I'll dip it.
The chilies are pretty small though.
I'll start sweating in a minute.
this is good.
What is this one?
It's
Oh,
chili
that's-
with the
That's
hottest chili.
crazy. That's a lot.
I'll do that.
Laz. Oh, he's done a lot.
Oh,
You don't want to be a loser around here.
yeah, stop. Just keep to it.
Get the milk or something. Oh, Laz.
Look at the camera and say Chubby bunny.
I'm the chubbiest bunny.
Hello,
Oh, the sweats are coming.
mate, buddy.
Oh no, Laz.
Laz has a heart attack.
I think that's worse.
Oh.
What a marshmallow.
Wasn't bad.
Hiccups.
I think that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
You want something, Laz?
No, he's taking it like a man though.
I'm alright.
Do you want something, Laz? Yeah.
Just take it.
That's a stupid idea.
Should we sign
A
off?
napkin would be good.
Get a zoom in of Laz signing us
Alright,
out.
everyone. That was a real joy. Thank you very much for coming. It's great to see you. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us over.
Thank you.